How you doing, good people? This is the 8-Bit Animal, and today we're going to talk about a little piece of history, because this is the final game released in North America for the NES. It was developed by Nintendo R&D 1, and obviously published by Nintendo. In Europe, it wasn't the last game published for the NES. That honor belongs to the NES version of The Lion King, which we did not get here in the States. In Japan, it wasn't the final game released for the NES. Don't know what the final game was in Japan, though. And this game is pretty cool. It's a little action puzzle game, and it's noteworthy for a few different reasons. And I'll get into them in a second. Today, we're going to take a look at Wario's Woods. Now, Wario's Woods is noteworthy for a couple of different reasons, right? One, you play as Toad. And this was probably the first time that you got to play as Toad without the option of playing as other characters, like you can in Mario 2. And it's an interesting little puzzle game. You control Toad. He moves along this little field, this little play field, and in each level you have a certain number of monsters to get rid of, and you get rid of them using these falling bombs that these sprites will drop. Right now, if you take too long on a level, the sprite turns into a crow, and Birdo, who's chilling on the side of the screen, she turns into Wario. And Wario will shoulder ram the little window and make the top of the screen fall. The top of the level fall. You get rid of all the monsters though. The ceiling goes back up. Some coins drop. The exit opens. You can keep walking. And this, the game got maligned. People said it didn't have the depth of play mechanics that other puzzle games have. Huh? Was it fun? People want to complain about whether or not, and they want to compare it to Dr. Mario. No, we don't. We're not comparing Wario's Woods to Dr. Mario. Stop that. Stop that right now. Honestly, this was a puzzle game that I could get into, because Tetris is fun and all, but the movement is kind of passive. The action of getting rid of the lines doesn't feel as active to me as this does. You got Toad, and he bopping along, and Toad was my favorite character in Mario 2, so this kind of helps. And this also sets a precedent for Toad kind of having starring roles in puzzle games, because the Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, that is a puzzle game through and through. Now, the traditional puzzle game, like Lolo or whatever else, but a puzzle game nonetheless. And it's a good little ray of sunshine. This is a fun video game, and it's a cute video game. Look at Birdo up in the corner, just chilling, being cute as hell, being a trans icon. Oh, y'all didn't know that, huh? Yeah, Birdo is trans. But yeah, man, Wario Woods is a fun little piece of video game, and thankfully it didn't just come out on NES. It also came out on Super Nintendo. It got re-released a bunch of times. Nintendo knew what they were doing with this one, regardless of what some critics would say. And yeah, fun little video game. Now, if you decide you want a copy of the NES version of Wario's Woods, $50. I mean, honestly, the Super Nintendo version costs about that same price. Don't know why, but it's not necessarily a cheap video game. But it is a fun video game, and I implore you to figure out a way to play it. So yeah, you should definitely figure out a way to play Wario's Woods because it's worth your time, and you'll get a kick out of it. Absolutely get a kick out of it. This has been the 8-Bit Animal. And I'll catch you beautiful people tomorrow. Tomorrow. So they took two mediocre space shooters and kind of shoehorned them together with a ridiculous story. Yeah, that sounds like a claim.